Facebook page, and I'm going to say welcome to everybody. Thank you for attending our Best Development Awards program. I am Julia McGuire. I'm the coordinator for the Best Development Awards program here with 1,000 Friends of Iowa. I am actually in one of our past winners. I'm at the Bricker Price Block, which is in Earlham, and the Bricker Price Block won our 2018 Renovated Civic category. And Carrie, I don't know if you can see her in the background there, she is at the Des Moines Heritage. Yeah, look at that, the Des Moines Heritage Center. And that's in the Market District in Des Moines. So as I was preparing for today, I remembered that the membership organization Smart Growth America, they have always held a vision of a country where no matter where you live or who you are, you can enjoy living in a place that is healthy, prosperous, and resilient. And we heard the word resilient very frequently last year. A recent issue of the Iowa League of Cities magazine had a theme of bouncing back. And resilience, it's one result of the key program areas where 1,000 Friends of Iowa has led and facilitated work for years. And as we will see in the awards segment of the program, it takes communities and agencies collaborating over a period of time to get things accomplished. And I really want to return to a quote that I used last year when we were down at the Capitol Rotunda. Our juror, Jeff Gertz, he is not here with us today, but he has a role with the Iowa Economic Development Authority. He was speaking at a conference back in 2018 in which he said, sustainability isn't just about being green or environmental or economically feasible or community-minded. Sustainability is about creating the kinds of community and lifestyle that can thrive even during hardships and times of change. If the economy goes sour, will our community thrive? If the climate changes our weather patterns, will we be able to accommodate the change without losing what makes us a community? Now, Jeff could not be here today, but I would like to speak a little bit more about the Best Development Awards and 1,000 Friends of Iowa. The organization conducts work in the space of sustainable, regenerative, and equitable communities and the built environment. The organization is overseen by a board of directors. Our executive director is Carrie Carney, and the board president is Laura Bellin. So right now, I would like to invite Laura to speak and share more about the organization. And if you could unmute yourself.
I'm sorry, forgot to unmute myself. Thanks so much, Julie, and thank you to everyone for joining us today. I wish we could be in the Rotunda, and let's hope that in 2022 it'll be safe for us to gather in person. This is an event I look forward to every year. I have been on the board of directors for 1,000 Friends of Iowa since late 2002, a few months after I moved back to the state. I had been born and raised here and then was away for 15 years. And when I came back periodically to visit during the 1990s, I was really struck always by the degree of expansion, suburban expansion or sprawl that had eaten up a lot of good farmland. And I also, during my time living overseas, and on the East Coast, I enjoyed living in cities that had a balanced transportation system with very pedestrian friendly, bike friendly, and transit friendly. And so when I came back to Des Moines and I realized that there was an organization working on land use issues, both on farmland preservation and also the idea of balanced development in cities, mixed use development, walkable and bikeable communities, I was very excited to join. And 1,000 Friends is active in a lot of different ways. We have advocated good planning at the local level and have some great resources for local governments to use. We have advocated for state policies in this area, and the Best Development Awards, we started a little more than 15 years ago. And really, we just wanted to showcase some of the great things going on around the state, because some people might think of some projects, well, maybe you could do that in a large metro area or a large city, but you couldn't really make that work in Iowa. And I'm just amazed every year by the projects that people are able to pull off in communities of all sizes and the collaborations. And it's just very exciting. So I would invite everyone here, if you haven't visited 1000friendsofiowa.org website, to take a look at some of what we've worked on in the past, take a look at some of the past Best Development Award winners, and also some of the resources that we have available for good government planning. So Julia, I guess I will turn it back to you with that.
All right. Well, I would definitely like to talk a little bit more about the program itself. I appreciate everything you said, Laura, 100%. So the Best Development Awards program was founded back in 2001, and it's just a way for us to recognize good work that goes on. So these are the 12 categories that we give awards in. And the process starts in September. We have a nomination period. It closes around November 15th, and then we go to our jurors. We have 2 sets of criteria that the jurors are scoring each nomination against. There's a category criteria as well as the general criteria that all of the nominations are measured against. They work through the lens of our mission and vision, which we had up on the screen earlier. And all of our jurors are volunteers. They come from academia, government, and the private sector. Pat Bodie is one of our jurors, as well as Jeff Hansen. He is with the city of Sioux City. He was not able to come today, but he's been a great, well balanced for us. Jeff Gertz, again, he's got a role with the Iowa Economic Development Authority. He loves seeing all the different nominations come through. We also have Megan Down from the private sector. Again, really nice way to balance out our jurors panel. And we also have Ulrika Passy, and again, just seeing things from all the different aspects adds a nice blend when we all get together and the jurors select who goes to pass on to win that category. So I guess if I could have one of our jurors speak right now, I don't know, should I pick on, I could pick on Megan? Would you give us a little bit, talk about your experience as a juror for us?
Definitely. Well, hello everyone. I am Megan Down with Impact 7G. I was one of the jurors for this year. It's definitely unfortunate that we're not getting to do this at the Capitol this year. It's a very cool setting, a cool backdrop, especially for a program like this. But I'm trusting that. I guess I didn't see any pajamas in the crowd. Maybe some of the bottom was sweatpants, but you know there is a plus side to it, I guess. At any rate, this is my second year being a juror for 1000 Friends of Iowa, and I just have to say, you all really do continue to amaze me with the projects that get sent in. Everyone here knows there are so many small Iowa towns and communities that are just vanishing. Even here in Des Moines, where I live, there's entire neighborhoods that are just drying up because of all the businesses and people that are up and leaving for West Des Moines, because it's shiny, it's new, it's the place to be. But so many businesses and developers make that decision without really stopping to think of the ramifications to the neighborhoods and towns that they're leaving behind. So that's why your work and what you're doing are so important. Please continue to keep fighting for those small Iowa towns, those towns that a lot of us grew up in. Please continue to show your fellow Iowans that no development in our state does not always need to be shiny and brand new. We do have cool history. We do have cool architecture. Let's try and preserve it. And really, most importantly, but please keep fighting for our environment. All the things that you're doing in these projects, whether it's media or stormwater management, it seems small, but it all adds up. And developers everywhere should be using those practices. Let's keep it up so that those practices become the rule instead of the exception. So Keep up the good work, everyone. Thank you.
Julia, you're muted. Do you want me to speak now? Okay. Can everybody hear me? I hope I am. I'm unmuted, so I should be fine. Hello, everybody. My name is Ulrike Passe, and I'm an architect by training, and currently an associate professor of architecture at Iowa State University. I'm a European transplant to Iowa. I came here 15 years ago to teach and to research at Iowa State University. And I'm, like my four speakers have already said, I'm also super impressed by what's going on in the state. First of all, as a juror, I'm very impressed by the intricacy of all the details we have to judge the projects against. I mean, it's not just saying, you know, we like this or we don't like this, but there are really hard categories and there are metrics to meet, and those are very important. As I said on the slide, you saw, I think the achieving the UN sustainability goals, development goals, really have to start with the communities. They cannot be reached only on the global level. One has to start with each building and each community, each small and large town. And specifically the challenges for achieving energy independence and low carbon societies, low carbon lifestyle. All buildings which are existing are the ones we really have to work with, and we cannot lose any gray energy which has been developed and built by the generations before us. So I'm really impressed that that is the focus of this group. I think I started working with 1,000 Friends of Iowa like 3 years ago, first time 2019, 18, I think, and they've asked me to come back. So it's been really exciting. Also the community in the, we don't just judge the projects, we also discuss them. And that has given me also, as a sort of a previous outsider, in sort of a good understanding of where everybody stands and what the different viewpoints in the communities are. And this year, I'm really impressed by the retrofit and the urban renewal projects. We've seen, you know, they will be introduced in more detail. The community college, the cities, the private developers, community groups. I think these should be really showcase projects for everybody else in the state and other states as well, to highlight what is possible, and that's the path forward. And as been said before, keep the good work going. This is where we need to be, and do it fast.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so before I have Carrie start speaking, I do want to give a couple housekeeping things out here. We do have 10 awards to present. Each winner will be introduced, and the project owner, unwrap your plaque or your certificate if your plaque hasn't arrived yet. You will be able to have up to 3 minutes of speaking. I know we have media and legislators who have joined us. They're welcome to give a congratulations or ask questions when all of the presentations are done at approximately 12:50. I will guide you through that portion of the program. And because I could not wrangle my usual help today, I'm going to ask for everybody's patience. I know I was on mute earlier when I thought I was talking to Ulrike and she couldn't speak to me. So I'm asking for everybody's patience as we work through this. I think the flow should be Carrie introducing the project, and then again, the award recipient, if you would say your name and agency and organization, if there is any, show us your plaque and speak. And then I'm going to ask Carrie if you could kick off the next portion of our segment.
All right. Thank you so much, Julia. My name is Carrie Carney, and I'm the Executive Director of 1,000 Friends of Iowa. And I am always so excited for our Best Development Awards, because this truly is, to me, one of the most exciting parts of my job is to see our vision actually in action, of how communities and businesses and just groups of passionate citizens can pull together and make something happen and revitalize our communities in ways that nothing else could do the same. So this is really exciting. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the awards. So our first project is in the renewable energy category. And our jurors really like to look at a lot of different components when they're choosing which winner they want. And we usually get multiple entrants for each category. So one of the things that our jurors really look at is this kind of new and innovative, and is it something that could easily be replicable? Is this a model for other places to look at? And with the first category, our renewable energy category, that was a really key part of why the jurors picked this project. You know, Southeast Iowa Community College really was thinking about not only how to go renewable energy, which saves the school money, saves resources and so forth, but they were really taking a look at how to really utilize this space. And because they had multi-story buildings that they really couldn't meet all of their energy needs by just doing rooftop solar, they decided to also use carport solar. So instead of like using a field next door, they used the parking lot to create this, to create a carport solar. So now there's not only producing energy for the college, which they're producing energy for several of their buildings, they're also creating covered parking for their students and faculty. And this is really a great demonstration of how to reduce your carbon footprint and use underutilized parking lots to achieve your goal. So we think this is a great example of smart growth, innovation, and sustainable development. So with that, I'd like to congratulate and introduce Southeast Iowa Community College for winning the renewable energy category.
Are we on now?
Yep.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Carrie. I'm Terry Dubuque with Redline Renewables. We are happy to be here and honored to be here at Southeastern Community College. Along with Moorfield Electric, we were integral in designing and constructing and financing the carports that you're talking about, and you can see them in the background. So you can see there was a very visible demonstration for not only the students to get inspired, but the community and to use an underutilized space, like you said. So you mentioned on you know, we're all interested in making sure that we save money. I mean, this is one that didn't cost the college any money out of pocket, and over the next 30 years, going to save $1.3 million. And it's the equivalent of planting 190,000 trees over the next 30 years. So besides that, what I'm more excited about, and you probably would know, is that this was fabricated in Iowa by some small contractors. It was designed by Redline here in Iowa. We used our local electrical contractor, Moorfield Electric, in doing it. So it was all within Iowa. So that's exciting. And we hope, Redline hopes that, you know, this type of project can inspire the next student to become a problem solver, get into science, technology, and help with those projects in the future that we're going to need. So without any more, I'm going to present this to you. Congratulations on the best 2020 Development Award for Renewable Energy.
Thank you, Terry. And I do want to say thank you to Red Lion for being involved in this whole project, as well as Mike Moorfield and his contracting and putting all the pieces together. We really do appreciate that. And then also to the selection committee for choosing us for this very special award. I'm humbled. I'm honored on behalf of the college, and I'm very thankful that that we're able to do something like this to better our environment, but also to send a message to our students, faculty, staff, and to our community that we're serious about saving dollars, we're serious about our environment, and those 190,000 trees, I don't know where I'd put them all on this campus, but we're excited that we are able to save the carbon that would equate to 190,000 trees. So we're very thankful, very appreciative and feel very honored to receive this award. So thank you again, Terry and Red Lion. We really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Right. Thank you so much. So our next category is placemaking. And this is, I'm live here at this particular award winner in this gorgeous building. So to me, this winner really, one of the things 1000 Friends of Iowa has advocated for and supported for years is the Iowa Historic Preservation Tax Credit. And to me, this particular project really is the epitome of why that tax credit is so important and what it really does for a community to restore and preserve our historic spaces. So the Des Moines Heritage Trust purchased and restored the East Des Moines Union Depot and have made it into a home for advocating for historic preservation and heritage. They really also use it to advocate for the state historic preservation tax credit. The trust also cares about the environment and sustainable use of resources. And because of that, when they restored this site, they put in a lot of water mitigation, stormwater strategies on the site, including a storm tax system, which holds water in place before releasing it into the city system. They put in 2 large rain gardens to mitigate water in the adjoining alley. And they did a massive rain garden that goes along the south perimeter of the property and the historic railway, consisting basically of almost an entire block. In addition, they plan to use this space not only for events, but also for organizations, for nonprofit organizations that focus on ethnic heritage as well, to really help support those organizations in the communities. So they've taken this beautiful space, restored it, and are turning it into what will really become a great hub and benefit of the community. And it's gorgeous. I don't know if you can see behind me all the beautiful woodwork and so forth, but it's really great. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tim Waddell of the Des Moines Heritage Trust. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So first of all, I want to thank the 1000 Friends of Iowa for this amazing award. We're very thrilled and gratified to receive that, all of our board. So in doing this project, we all came to know the true meaning of it takes a village. I guess it's appropriate that we are also located in the East Village of Des Moines and the redeveloping Market District neighboring area. I think that we learned that no project of this size can be done without the help and support of many individuals and organizations. It really does take a village. I would first like to thank our board members of the Des Moines Heritage Trust, John Brown, John Schmid, Pat Miners, Derek Lord, Connie Bozen, Jeff Geertz, Tim Hilkema, and Tim Ripma. Without these individuals, this project would not ever have been completed. A special thanks to the City of Des Moines, Polk County, and to Jim County, who provided the funding to purchase this property. It was nearly going to be demolished. Thanks to the Iowa Community Development for providing the New Market tax credits and to Lincoln Savings Bank for providing the construction and permanent financing. And I'd like to thank Governor Reynolds and the Iowa Legislature for providing the Enhanced Iowa program, the redevelopment tax credit, and the historic tax credit, which are all part of this project. Thanks also to the hundreds of individuals and corporations who contributed to this project from a contribution of $14.50, which just struck my heart when we received that mail order that somebody had to actually take the cash and then send it in the mail to us. So people really believed in this project and believe that it is not okay to continue to tear down our history, but rather find ways to preserve it and make these historic treasures like the East Des Moines Union Depot part of our future and not just of our past. I'd like to thank you very much for this award.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, really neat project. Our next project is another historic building that's been renovated. This is the winner in the renovated residential category. So a little bit different style of architecture in this one. This is actually right down the street from where my parents used to live. It's a mid-century modern building that's on Brady Street in Davenport, Iowa. And for many years, it was the Brenton Bank. And my parents actually banked for many years. The architects on this project really wanted to focus on retaining the character and the existing materials in the building, showing responsible use of resources and historic preservation. So keeping with many characteristics of the original structure and incorporating them into the new building, they were able to create really unique living spaces that fit in nicely with the surrounding neighborhood and the character of the area where it's located. You know, it's really a gorgeous building that shows the value of renovation and restoration, both in terms of the neighborhood character, the responsible use of materials, and reducing our carbon footprint by using existing infrastructure and turning it into something that's really needed in a local area. It's really a cool, exciting building, and I'd like to congratulate the Brenton in Davenport and turn it over to you right now.
Thank you very much. This is Frank Levy speaking on behalf of the project team. The project was about a $6.5 million project with about $4 million of hard cost. We created 37 total apartments, 8 of which are affordable under state of Iowa and city of Davenport home restrictions. Sources of funds came from community business lenders, where Jim Bunn was our lending officer. City home dollars came from the Department of Economic Development, Bruce Berger and Don Cameron. State home dollars, Rita Ebel, Tim Moreland took the lead there. Local investor Larry Whitty played a part. Of course, federal and state historic tax credits, where SHPO and IEDA were our guides, and where we syndicated the tax credits through Wishneff and Associates. Additionally, we received workforce housing tax credits that were sold by National Funding, Richard Brinker, again with IEDA being the sponsor agency. I'd like to thank the Davenport Community School District that was so patient with us as they were trying to dispose of this asset, and it was hard for us to put our deal together, and they were very gracious in extending the purchase option numerous times. I'd like to thank the architectural studio, ASK Studio, that did such a beautiful job with this project. The historical consultant, Alexa McDowell, who was the leader with ASK Studio in figuring out how we were going to preserve the history, and local builder Build to Suit, based in Bettendorf. And then lastly, I'd like to thank Scott Tunnicliffe with the Hilltop Campus Village for making me appreciate the potential of this up and coming neighborhood in Davenport. It's an honor to win this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Frank. Yeah, it's really a neat project. So our next winner is in the Renovated Civic category. I know many of our communities are faced with dealing with what to do with abandoned and empty shopping areas. Many of our malls and shopping centers, you know, have since closed down, especially because online shopping, superstores and so forth have made it really hard for these shopping centers to stay alive. So communities have really been trying to figure out what to do. In Mason City, I was born in Mason City and my in-laws are from there, so I'm really familiar with this area. But this was an area that was dilapidated. It used to be a JCPenney's store. It had been empty, it was dilapidated, really starting to create blight in the neighborhood, what was happening in the downtown area. And the city of Mason City has worked really hard to figure out what can we do with these spaces that adds value and restores our downtown area and really helps our community thrive again. So to me, this is a wonderful example of what a city can do when they took this JCPenney store and turned it into this amazing state-of-the-art arena that's used for hockey and so forth. It's really a way to engage and bring in residents again and get people back to downtown and using the space that wasn't being used. And it's really exciting, and the difference in downtown Mason City is huge. So I would like to congratulate the city of Mason City and for the Mason City Arena and winning in the renovated Civic, and I will turn it over to you now.
Hello, thank you all. I'm Emily Ginneyberg, Executive Director with Main Street Mason City. We work to promote the downtown district as the heart of the community. So you can imagine how thrilled we were to see this project happen in our downtown community. And we are even more thrilled to present the city of Mason City and the Mason City Multipurpose Arena with this amazing award. So thank you so much to the Thousand Friends of Iowa and to the city of Mason City for all your hard work and efforts. We appreciate it, and for honoring Mason City for this project.
Thank you. I'd just like to say a few things. First off, thank you to all the partners in this project. The River City Renaissance would not be possible without so many different partners from throughout the community. The River City Renaissance project, which is Mason City Arena is part of, is a revitalization effort for our downtown, which includes a downtown mall and a lot of parking that frankly was greatly underutilized. And so this effort is just a fantastic collaboration between so many different people. This award is specifically special for the partnership because it recognizes the important aspects of sustainability and economic impact that exists within this project. The Mason City Arena has had, like it says, a ripple effect far beyond the walls of the arena itself. You know, COVID's been very difficult and entertainment areas have been impacted far and away more than many other businesses within our communities. And the arena is no exception. We did see a downturn, and unfortunately it opened into a pandemic. However, even during the pandemic, we're seeing a huge impact with our local businesses seeing increased customers and frankly, new investment coming into the downtown because they see what the arena means for the community and they see where the community is going with this investment. You know, the Mason City partnership, the efforts of the groups involved is undaunted even through the pandemic. The reality is we're continuing to move forward with sustainability efforts. We're moving to the south with a river walk that'll bring nature into all of the new amenities that are being created in the downtown. And we look forward to continuing to embrace the idea of drawing people to the core and the center of our downtown and to this arena, which will be a showpiece for Mason City. The recognition of these efforts is really important. The idea of redevelopment that embraces the reuse of all of these existing assets that we have in our community is important to show. I'm from Davenport and I didn't even know that building that was previously mentioned. So I think that that's an important idea to say, this is what's possible. And we're really proud here in Mason City of what the Mason City Arena means for our community and what's possible for the state and the nation with redevelopment efforts in the downtown. So with that, I'd just like to say thank you to the Thousand Friends of Iowa. This is a great recognition and we look forward to being back with our next project that continues to revitalize Mason City. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Aaron. Congratulations. It's really an exciting project. Our next category is renovated commercial. And this is another example of when Laura Bellin mentioned earlier that it's not just big cities that can do really innovative and exciting things. This is a project that's happened in the town of Clarence, Iowa. And it's another great example of a community that takes a look at old, abandoned and dilapidated buildings, and instead of making the decision to tear them down, looks at it as an asset to be restored and help revitalize the character of the community. So this is another building that was an old Ford dealership in the downtown area of Clarence. You know, it's been the dealership, and then it was a bar, and then it was a storage facility. It's been through a lot of different changes, but the city of Clarence had decided to take this building using most of the materials that were already in the building, from the floors to the trusses, et cetera, repairing and restoring these materials and using them back in the building. There's even a piece during derecho this summer, a nearby barn had the metal roof blown off, and they even used that bit of metal roof in the building as well. So it's really a great example of repurposing and restoring a building. All of the building mechanical systems were removed and replaced with high efficiency equipment, on-demand water heaters, upgraded plumbing and electric wiring. They've switched out all the light fixtures to either be LED or have LED light bulbs. So really taking the best of the old and preserving it while upgrading it to be as energy efficient as possible and to be good for our environment as well. So now this building is a showcase event center in the heart of the community, and it's really gorgeous. And congratulations for the Highpoint Center in Clarence. And I'll go ahead and turn it over to you to speak.
Are you able to see us? Yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm Stephen Bixler, and I am the mayor of Clarence. And what Jamie and Marcia had done with this building from the time they started until they completed this project is incredible. So I'd like to give this award on behalf of the 1,000 Friends of Iowa to Jamie and to Marcia, and I'll turn it over to you guys.
Thanks, Steve. When we started this project almost 3 years ago, we just wanted to save a building instead of seeing it demolished. And we feel 3 years later, we have accomplished that. So it's a really good feeling. Our goals were to keep the building as much original as we could. So we tried to repurpose anything that we could that was in the building, or we tried to buy renovated things to use in the building. I'd like to thank just a few people that really were instrumental in getting this going. Jen Van Oort was willing to write the Catalyst grant for us. So we received that from the Iowa Economic Development Association, and we really appreciated that money to be able to use that. Rod Ness helped us acquire the building from the owner. So that was a big step in getting the process started. We had lots of local people who played a role in doing whatever they could. We had local woodworkers that came in. We had the industrial arts teacher and his students come, and with his help, Mr. Ahouse and the kids. We also had Matt Schneider-Adams and Bill Toole. They came in, they helped the kids with their expertise. They built walls. Our families played a huge role, even though they probably thought we were crazy when we took on this project. I think now they see the beauty we see. So that was wonderful. We also had someone who does windows commercially. So they helped us do our windows in the front, and they did a lot of the labor for us for no cost. So that was wonderful. Our city clerk, Deb, she helped us do the Catalyst grant. She would send all the information in when it was time. So that was wonderful. We didn't have to spend money that way either. Our Main Street, Clarence Main Street director, Kim Aker, has played a huge role. She's who wrote this to get us this award, which is wonderful. And without her support, it would have been impossible. So our community really came together to see this project happen. And we're hoping in the future now this building can house many events for good times in people's lives. So that's really our goal. And I'm gonna, Marcia, did you wanna go ahead? And Kim, our Main Street director, would like to say a few things.
Yes, I just want to say on behalf of the Clarence Main Street program and the community,
Just huge accolades to these two ladies for pulling this project together. There has not been in our town any restoration project done of this scope since the demise of the town several decades ago. So what they have done in putting this project together has really gifted the community with a high quality event center, which we did not have in our downtown before. And, and they have also, during COVID allowed us to use it to continue with an event that we would have had to cancel because we simply didn't have the space. So they have really, really done a huge service to the community. They have also, by jumping in with very little experience with anything of this scope and just doing it anyway, have shown our town that it can be done. And I really foresee this as being a catalyst or a jumping point and definitely inspiration for the building owners around us to continue with working on their buildings as well and bringing our town back to what it once was. Thank you. We'd like to thank the 1,000 Friends of Iowa for giving this award. It does feel, it's a really big honor to get an award when you put your hard work into something. So it's wonderful to be recognized. We appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate this work. It's really impressive. This is why I love this program, because there's so many great projects and it's wonderful to make sure that they're getting the accolades that they deserve. The next winner is in our stormwater category, and this is the stormwater category public project. The city of Clive has really had to deal with a lot of stormwater issues with Walnut Creek coming through there, and has really been a leader in many ways of addressing stormwater. And so when they decided to expand Meredith Drive, they really had to start thinking about, well, how are we going to deal with the stormwater issues that are going to come with this expansion? And, they really took an amazing approach to this to add wetlands along the area to really restore, to really deal with the stormwater, but in a way that adds beauty, really deals with the amount of water in a way that just putting in more pipes would never be able to do. It adds a lot of value for the community, provides habitat, more green space, enhances the water quality, and really protects the downstream neighbors from flooding. So this is another really exciting project that we hope more communities really look at doing something like this when they're doing road work, as green infrastructure for dealing with stormwater really is like the premier way to go. So congratulations, City of Clive, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to you for winning the stormwater, Meredith Drive Stormwater Wetland Project.
Thank you. I'm Jeff May, Clive Public Works Director. The City of Clive strives to be a leader in stormwater management. We're very fortunate to have Rachel Conrad on staff as our water resources engineer to oversee and undertake projects such as this. I want to thank 1,000 Friends of Iowa for this award, and I'm pleased to present this plaque on their behalf to Rachel and turn it over to her to tell you about it.
Thank you, Jeff. I think, it speaks for all of us. It really is an honor to be among all these great projects. Some really cool work that you guys are doing. I just want to briefly, thank some of our partners on this. I think it was Jim earlier that said it takes a village, and it really does. From the beginning, we were just trying to get the feasibility going, and Polk County Soil and Water helped us with a lot of technical guidance. We were then able to get an IDOLS WQI urban grant to help with the costs. We were also able to get some funding from the Nature Conservancy, who's been our partner on other projects in the Greenbelt with some oxbows and other things. And then, our Public Works Department, we did most of this work in-house, so our operations staff, really great to work with. They took my vision and made it a reality. We had a few outside help as well, as far as some storm sewer work from Vanderpool Construction. AES, Applied Ecological Services, helped us kind of get that seeding and planting plan really nailed down, so that we could have this long-term be sustainable and also have some benefits for the wildlife in the area. You know, the city of Clive, you know, there's a lot of talk about downtown. We don't really have a downtown, but our downtown is kind of our green belt, and that brings people to Clive. We just really value, you know, getting that the nature and the exercise and whatnot. So this is in one of part of our green belt, and we hope to use this for educational outreach in the future. We'll have a nice sign put up here pretty soon. And then, you know, depending on COVID and all that, we hope to have an outdoor event on site in the spring where we can really talk about not only what a wetland does and how beneficial it is for not only water quality, but for ecology. But then we also hope to engage some residents and to kind of show them what they can do on their property to also help water quality. So again, such an honor to receive this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're excited to have given it to you. So the next category is also in stormwater, but this is for a private project. One of the things that's kind of exciting about this project is that it's really an example of what farmers and landowners can do to really help the state of Iowa address water quality issues. And this project is an amazing project on the Sippy farm. This farm was enrolled in the Iowa Watershed Approach Project, and they really have done some great things on this farm. Most of their property is currently enrolled in Conservation Reserve, and it has diverse native grasses, wildlife, and a newly established pollinator seeding. They've been actively managing the property with prescribed burns and invasive species removal, and they've been adding wetlands onto the property and basins to control runoff and help reduce erosion and improve water quality and reduce chances of flooding. It's really, really a great project that I would love to see so many more landowners and farmers look at doing things like this on their farmland, because it's really an exciting and gorgeous property. So congratulations. I'd like to turn it over to the Sippys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pat Sippy. This is my brother, Bern. My mom, Roseanne, she just had her first COVID shot just a little while ago, and she's resting now. My dad, Francis, is gone, but you know, they really started the ball rolling on having conservation be important to our farming operation. And when we heard that the Clear Creek watershed was being included in this flood control project, we jumped right in, and you know, it's an opportunity for us to help with flood control, to keep water on our farm. We could address some erosion issues and help improve water quality. We're restoring a wetland as part of one of the ponds. It's a work in progress, but that's exciting. You know, we do have a lot of CRP ground. It has made a nice, it's improved the quality of our farm, and we're just excited to be able to participate. John Rathbun at the Clear Creek Watershed project coordinator has been so valuable to us, and we couldn't have done this without the financial and technical assistance that we received, and we're thrilled to be a part of it. And we did get our plaque in the mail today, and it's exciting to hear about all these projects in Iowa, a state that we love very much, and hope to see this continued improvement.
Yes, and we're happy that all these pond projects that are being done, or at least on our farm, are being fed by you know, the conservation reserve acres that are in pollinator or shortgrass prairie or tree farm or any of those things, they're being fed by higher quality water than when it used to be row crops. And we're very happy for that and very happy to participate.
Yes, right. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations. So our next category is innovative leadership. And we had two projects that we decided to recognize in this, a small project and a larger project that are both very different. And as you can hear, I'm in the train depot and there's a train going right by us. So this next project is a really innovative way for a community to think about how to provide some retail space for vendors while also reducing their environmental footprint, utilizing a vacant lot, thinking about how they can create an affordable way for vendors and entrepreneurs to vend products without a big investment. And with that, the community of Jewell decided to create these little vending cottages that were all made locally. The materials, a lot of the materials to finish it were all repurposed and donated materials. And it really is this great vision in placemaking, improving walkability, got people out there during COVID, a really safe way for people to be able to shop also, and really gave an opportunity for business owners to kind of try their hand at a place to vend, and really created a neat space for the community. So congratulations, City of Jewell, and we'll turn it over to you.
Well, thank you so much to the 1,000 Friends of Iowa for the award. My name's Heidi. I'm an executive director with our Main Street program here in Jewell, and we're really excited for this recognition. This project has been a fun one to work on, and especially considering that we are 100% volunteer driven as far as how we've accomplished this project. So I'm going to let Michelle Hardy, our volunteer board president, say a little bit about the project.
Thank you, Heidi. Yes, first of all, it is an honor to receive this award from 1,000 Friends of Iowa. We, about 5 years ago, our Main Street started booming, which is amazing. We have several vintage businesses, and almost all of our Main Street buildings are full. We have a couple that we're trying to get from other owners, but we've had a lot of people come to us and want to start a business in Jewell. And we thought about this little vendor village. We have 3 sheds there, and all 3 of them are full. They're perfect, all volunteer base. We had our local electrician donated some time, and we got a matching grant from Enhance Hamilton County, which helped this project in a huge way, because it with our small town, our fundraising was kind of not so great this year because of COVID, but all of our volunteers were wonderful. Everything was all from local, and we did do a lot of refurbishing with pavers, and we're doing plants this spring for it. I want to thank our mayor for his help, Leo Ryder. Mick Walker was our electrician, and our many volunteers that we had through this. It was a fun project, and a bunch of us just got together. And so far, the people that are in the buildings are finding wonderful traffic flow, and are pleased, and just signed up for another year lease for all 3 buildings. So thank you again.
Thank you. Congratulations. I think this is just such a fun and neat project. I love it. And it's a great example that other communities can look into of how to create retail space at an affordable way for folks. So congratulations. Our next project is also in the innovative leadership category. And as we heard from the Sippies about participating in the Iowa Watershed Approach, the winner of this category is the Iowa Watershed Approach project. To me, this really is a true example of innovative leadership in conservation and watershed management. This project has brought in over $100 million to the state of Iowa to address flooding and water quality challenges, which all of us in Iowa know that we've had a lot of over the years. So this project really worked progressively with agriculture and landowners to identify priority areas and select watersheds to really implement flood mitigation practices such as ponds, terraces, wetlands, to really work to restore the natural landscape and the natural resiliency to heavy rainfall. And this program really focuses on a community flood resilience idea, which helps everyone in the area. It's really been an amazing project and has brought in other states have come in to learn from this project, this approach as well. So congratulations, the Iowa Watershed Approach Project, on winning our innovative leadership for large project. And I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thank you, Carrie, and thanks to the 1,000 Friends of Iowa for the honor of receiving this award today. We are very delighted here at the University of Iowa and the Iowa Flood Center to accept this award on behalf of the many partners that have made the Iowa Watershed Approach Project so successful. We've had both funded partners that include cities and counties, other academic institutions in the state, state agencies, as well as many leveraged partners who have really been the heart and soul of making the Iowa Watershed Approach Project so successful. Of the nearly $80 million that we have spent on the ground in Iowa, roughly $40 million has focused on an urban stormwater management program and healthy homes initiative in Dubuque, Coralville, and Storm Lake, making our cities safer against heavy rainfall. And another $40 million has focused on a rural conservation program that's impacted 8 watersheds across the state of Iowa. Like the Sippy family, we're delighted to have several hundred landowners in Iowa that have accepted our practices to hold water back and slow it down during heavy rainfall and improve our water quality year round. So this is a flood first program plus water quality improvement, we believe leads to a more resilient Iowa. What I'm most delighted about is the approach that we've created here has raised the literacy towards watershed issues in our state. And through the watershed management authorities and the hard work that they do in each of the 8 watersheds, the community engagement and involvement, our watershed coordinators, the folks providing technical assistance, and the landowners that have accepted and adopted these projects on their land, we're delighted about the long-term legacy and impact that we're leaving in the state of Iowa. So we thank you all again. Thanks to our partners and the many people and organizations that have supported our work throughout this 5-year program.
Thank you so much, Larry, and congratulations. It really has been an amazing program. So our last winner. This one was such an impressive project that the jurors actually created a new category to award this project on because they thought it kind of ascended the other categories. And it's no surprise that this winner also happens to be within the city of Dubuque, who has shown really great leadership over the years of sustainability and smart growth. And really, the city of Dubuque has really embraced sustainability and smart growth as a way to completely turn around and revitalize their community to now an amazing, thriving community that serves as a model across the country. This project, the Steeple Square project, used to be the St. Mary's Church in Dubuque and kind of was the anchor in the neighborhood for a long time. The neighborhood it's located in is a primarily very low-income, vulnerable neighborhood. And when the church closed down in 2010, kind of really left the neighborhood without kind of an anchor for the neighborhood. Over the years, a number of developers wanted to buy the property to tear it down and build something else, but it really wasn't what the city wanted to do. And instead, people got together to really reclaim this property and restore it and make sure that the property was really serving the needs of the communities. So what's really neat about this is they've taken this property that was there for 140 plus years. They have restored the not only adding sustainable features such as green space, permeable pavers, and so forth, but they really created a vision to become a community hub once again, with a community center, green space, and also affordable housing that's targeted for women and families who were previously homeless. There is a child care center on site that focuses on serving primarily low-income families. It really is, you know, it has an event space, but it really is, once again, a community hub that's really serving the needs of the community. And to me, this is a great example of how thinking with sustainability and leading with equity can really transform a neighborhood and a community and keep the community character serving the community that the project is located in. So congratulations once again, Dubuque and the Steeple Square project. And I'd like to turn it over to Judy Wolf.
Thank you,
And
Karen.
I'm not sure how to get her on. Can you try to talk for us, Judy?
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sorry. I have multiple family members here, and I was competing with 4 working from home and 3 schooling from home kids, so I couldn't get on at 11:30 for the sound test. So my apologies. I am the treasurer of the Steeple Square Board of Directors, and also provide some oversight for our event center and child care center. On the call with us also is Melanie Bressler, who's our campus manager, and with the beautiful Steeple Square backdrop there. She's actually at the facility. I was unable to get there this morning. And I think Ellen Goodman Miller, who assists us with grant writing, is on the call somewhere, although I'm not seeing her. So thank you for being here. First, we want to express our gratitude to 1,000 Friends of Iowa for the important work that you do, protecting natural areas and nurturing equitable communities. It's so very important. Dubuque's a very historic city, and we certainly recognize all of that. We also appreciate the legislators who help support us. A large portion of our funding did come from historic tax credits, both state and federal, along with many grants and many, many contributions from local businesses and individuals. As you all know, building a community takes more than a vision. And so a group of people came together way back in 2010 to start talking about how they could save the historic St. Mary's Church. The discussion quickly evolved into what we could do to revitalize a neighborhood, arguably the most vulnerable in the Dubuque community. So as plans developed to help that Washington and North End area, we thought of ways that we could eliminate some critical barriers for families living there. So the first part of our project restored the former St. Mary's Church into 12 affordable housing units, and 8 of those are reserved for women and families coming out of Opening Doors programs, where they move from a homeless shelter to shared housing and now to independent living facilities. And they're guaranteed that no more than 30% of their income will have to be used for rent while they're living there. The second phase of that was restoring the historic steeple. It is clad in copper that we're assured will last 100 years or longer, and also address the deteriorating interior of that steeple. The former rectory has been transferred into a child care center where we serve over 70% low-income families, again, removing another significant barriers for families in the neighborhood who are often walking many, many blocks to get kids to child care, and then providing public transportation to get to work from there. And we're currently, we restored the event center itself, and that really is intended to be our source of revenue to sustain our other mission work. Unfortunately, COVID kind of carved a hole in our events that we've been able to hold, but nonetheless, we do have some active events going on, and with the help of Melanie, have many things booked going into the upcoming year when hopefully those COVID restrictions will be lifted. We're currently in the process of restoring the lower level of the former church, and in the final phase of our project. We're very excited to be partnering with NICC and other not-for-profits to provide vocational training opportunities. Again, providing easy accessibility to training for those that have a difficult time with transportation to get to some of the other sites. So certainly, we hope our project has served as a worthy template for adaptable reuse of historic places, and we always love to share our story. We know that it's important for a community to come together in partnership, and we've certainly had that. Just a quick shout out to Grow and Restoration, who is the visionary part of our restoration, who's been a remarkable partner. Also Jeff Morton and Associates, the can't talk this morning, the architectural firm that worked closely with them. Heritage Works, where we have a lot of historical knowledge that they shared with us, and just many, many other community partners that allowed what is really an all volunteer group to launch this project and to be sure that we're sustainable going forward. A quote that resonates with our work and the work of many of you is just this: in the end, our society will be defined not only by what we create, but by what we refuse to destroy. A John Sawhill quote. So as I end, I just want to thank you again for this incredible honor, and know that we're certainly very proud to be part of an innovative vision for the future of Iowa. And I just want to say that I'm in awe of all the projects that were reviewed today, and thank each of you for your commitment to the betterment of our state and preserving those things that are dear to all of us. So thank you.
Thank you, Judy, and congratulations. Congratulations to all of our winners, really amazing projects. I'm going to turn it over to Julia McGuire to finish us out.
Sure. Yes, so we are at the end of our ceremony, and I sincerely thank everyone for their projects and for letting me celebrate all of you. I would normally ask you, if we were at the Capitol, I'd ask you to stay for a photo, take your big poster home, travel safe, but instead I'm going to ask, and I might need help with this, if we have any legislators or press or PR staffers who might be attending, please let me know. We can try to call on you and have you speak if you have any questions or have congratulations to any of your constituents here. I do look forward to reading more about all of you as you continue to do your great work in the future. This is the end of the program. I'm going to see what we have here, because I don't know how I'm going to know if we have.
I just allowed a minute.
Yeah, we had 2 press members register, and I did see them attend. I'm not sure where you're at, or maybe they just grabbed screenshots.
Julia, Amanda Reagan has raised her hand to speak.
I'm trying to find her.
She just has to unmute herself.
I unmuted myself.
Okay.
I listened to the whole program. I thought it was wonderful. I'm really impressed with the city of Mason City and all the work that they put into, this was not a small accomplishment, but all of you, it's just amazing to listen to the whole program, and a lot of good work. And all of this is volunteer effort on your part, which makes it even more special. And it's great for us to see how the tax credits, I know I've seen Larry Weber's stuff many times, and a lot of the others talked about, but this is really great because it's beyond just what the city of Mason City did. It's about the whole state of Iowa. So thank you for all your hard work on this.
Excellent. And I do thank you for attending. And yeah, I've been down to the State House. I was down there on Tuesday. It's just kind of different. We are working, over half of you stated that you would like to do photos sometime down there, and we're working on it. So I will stay in touch with everyone. Sharon, did you want to say something?
Well, I would just say ditto to what my colleague, Senator Reagan mentioned. I wasn't able to get on right away at the beginning, but the projects that I heard are so wide and varied and so interesting. It's fun to hear all the different parts of Iowa and all the things people are working on. So, and of course, a special congratulations to Mason City. As a big hockey fan, that is the best hockey arena in the state. It is incredible. So COVID kind of put a slow pace to it, but it's cranking back up again, and I'm very excited about it. So thank you for having this. It's very difficult at the Capitol right now. We did have a fireman's chili cook-off Thursday. That was the first event that they've had at all. So I really am missing seeing people from my area and from different organizations. So congratulations to all.
All right, did we have anyone else? It looks like we had a couple councilmen who, it looks like they hopped off. But yeah, if you just want to unmute yourself, otherwise I think that's a wrap. I want to thank Impact 7G for their sponsorship. And again, I will stay in touch with all of you. Do not hesitate to give me a call.
Thank you, and thanks to everybody who attended as well. Congratulations.
And thanks again to Julia and to the jurors for all their work on this, on pulling this together. And I just get so energized every year after seeing all the projects. It's really fun.
Thank you, everybody. That was great.